Hi there, this is Shelli, and it occurred to me that you might want to see a 3D Google Earth flyover of our epic hike route. You'll have to forgive me, this is the flyover file that I use for my Epic Women expedition and also my mother-son rite of passage trip. So there are more trails on here than matter to what I'm going to share with you guys. But I wanted to just start out, this will take just a few minutes. This is the Big Sandy opening trailhead that we'll be driving to. We'll leave Lander at 3:15 on Sunday morning, July 3rd. Ashley, I think that you and Richie might be meeting us there and camping somewhere around here the night before, and I will send you a separate email with as much information as I can provide on that. But at any rate, this is the trailhead. It's called Big Sandy Opening. It's probably the busiest trailhead in the southern Wind River Range, and so this photo is really not very accurate because usually this parking lot is jam packed and there's cars parked down the road here even. So July 3rd is technically early still for this country, and there will still be snow on the trail, so it may not be quite as crowded as normal, but then again, it's the July 4th holiday, so I would just expect it to be jam packed. And this is where we'll start. We should start hiking at about 5:15 or 5:30 at the latest, probably with our headlamps on. We start at an elevation of about 9,100 and in the trees. So even though it's July and it'll probably be hot during the day, it can be below freezing when we start this hike at 5:15. In fact, most of the time I've started this hike at 5:15, it's been about 25 or 30 degrees. So need to bring lots of layers, especially for the start. Definitely hat and gloves, and maybe a fleece jacket, maybe even your puffy. And I wear hiking pants, but some people will wear the hiking pants that you can, zip off into shorts. And some people can just wear shorts but bundle up everywhere else and you'll be fine. But just wanted to let you know that. The first 6 miles of the hike is sort of a walk in the park. It's from Big Sandy Opening. We will go to Big Sandy Lake. It's 6 miles to Big Sandy Lake, and it's a beautiful trail. It's just a normal trail, not too spectacular, not too rugged, just a nice trail through the forest, where we will arrive at Big Sandy Lake after about 6 miles. Usually after about 2 hours, we're here at Big Sandy Lake. Let me go back here real quick. I wanted to point out that for much of the hike, we'll be paralleling the Big Sandy River, which is really pretty, and sometimes you can even see trout in the river. So this first 6 miles, it's only 900 feet of gain, so negligible, I would say. It almost feels flat. There's some little ups and downs, but for the most part, it's a 6-mile walk through the woods. But just remember, we start at 9,000 feet and we're at high altitude, and that does make a difference, even if the hike isn't that hilly. Then we get to Big Sandy Lake, which is a beautiful lake, a pretty big lake, and we will hike all the way to the end of it and probably take a break. I have a favorite spot right here. Sometimes people will refill their water and treat it or have a significant snack. It's a good place to have a good break. By that, I mean maybe 15, 20 minutes at the most, because we got places to go, right? Then this is the trail junction to the Jackass Pass Trail, which is what we'll be hiking. So Jackass Pass is so named because not even a jackass or donkey could pass over this trail. It's really rugged. It reaches elevations of about 11,000 feet. It's littered with huge granite rocks and glacial debris. It's spectacular. It's probably one of my favorite trails. It crosses the Continental Divide a couple times. But it's a lot of work and it's rugged, and we're going to be jackasses because we're going to go over this pass. My friends and I and my clients, we have lots of other names, special names for this trail. Kick Your Ass Pass, and you might have a few of your own. I'm hoping to put fear in you, and then it won't be as hard as what I'm making it out to be. It's actually a phenomenal trail, and you're going to be handed out so many amazing, stunning views that you won't even really feel the work of it. So after about 6 miles, we'll start up this trail. And the first stop is North Lake. Sorry, this country is so steep that a lot of times this Google camera, this Google 3D Earth technology, like jumps out and has to start over. So So you remember Big Sandy Lake? This is North Lake, and this is reached about a mile after starting up Jackass Pass. It's a beautiful lake. It'll probably have some ice on it, I bet, still. And right here we'll hike. It's kind of a big boulder scree field. We'll be doing kind of some bouldering. It's not technical. It's just hands and feet though, along the bank of the lake here. You can see I have other trails. Mitchell Peak is one of my favorite peaks to climb, and I climb it usually on my other expeditions. We climb it, and it's an option. I don't think on this day we'll have time. It would have to be either up to Mitchell Peak, which is one of the peaks overlooking the Cirque, or to the end of Jackass Pass. And for now, I'm going to assume we're going to the end of Jackass Pass, because this trail, Jackass Pass, is a destination in its own right. I do recommend Mitchell Peak on another hike for anyone else, though, or if you were here for more than one day. So from North Lake, we do that bouldering there, and then we go across here, and and then it's just up. It's just a big grunt again. Probably 500 more vertical feet here. Nothing crazy, just there's not a lot of chit-chatting, I can tell you that. Everybody's breathing, trying to get their cadence. And then from there, we're just looking for cairns. There's probably going to be snow on Jackass Pass. I will try to find out. I'll have a better idea of how much snow will be there. There will be snowfields, I think it's safe to say. And we're going to have to just be really safe. And I'm hoping there will be other footprints from previous climbers that will kind of indicate where we should cross those fields. But I think your feet might get wet, and there could be some post-holing. So you might want to wear hiking boots. Normally I don't on a day hike, but I probably will wear my boots. Definitely bring some extra socks. If you're going to wear trail or running shoes, you might want to consider packing an extra pair of shoes and socks, just to have dry feet, warm feet. From here, we just go over Jackass Pass. It's just beautiful. You won't believe the view. It's awe-inspiring. I've done it dozens of times, and it blows me away every time. It's just amazing, the scenery that you're going to see here. And I don't want to blow it too much here, but this we also go down to this Arrowhead Lake, and this shows the end of the pass here. This is the Cirque of the Towers, Pingora, Lizard Head, a bunch of these famous Wolf's Head, a bunch of these famous peaks, these granite mountains that just jut out of the landscape that form the Cirque of the Towers. And we'll go to the end of the pass here and usually have a great extended break, like, a good lunch break, 1 or 2 hours, depending on how long it took us to get here and how fast everyone wants to get back and the weather and other factors like that. But this is Lonesome Lake. It's beautiful, and usually we just stop at the end of the pass and we look down at Lonesome Lake. It's possible to take a side trip and go the half-mile down to Lonesome Lake, which is beautiful, but it's a really big grunt to get back out of it, which is no big deal, but you just have to know that. So I was thinking we'd just go to the end of Jackass Pass. That's what I had figured that we would do. Then we'll turn around and come back. And actually, I think coming back is harder because you're going downhill. And I recommend hiking poles for that reason, although you'd also be fine without hiking poles. And in some areas on Jackass Pass, you'll be using your hands, so maybe poles that collapse and can be put in your pack are the best. That's what I recommend. And we'll make our way back. Coming down and off of Jackass Pass is as hard as going up. Not the physical effort, but just, carefully placing our feet so we don't get injured. And then once we get down to Big Sandy Lake, we'll take another break, and then it's just horses to the barn. It's just a flat, slightly downhill 6 miles back to where we started. Can't wait to do this hike with you guys. Let's pray for a stellar forecast, because we really do need we almost don't want any rain or thunderstorms predicted, because we are so exposed. We're up over 11,000 feet on Jackass Pass for a good portion of the day, all in the afternoon, which is when we're likely to get storms. We would not want to be up there if there was lightning or big, huge clouds developing. I would not want to be up there, and I wouldn't want you guys to be up there. So pray for a pretty stellar forecast. And I'm optimistic that we'll be able to do this hike. And I can't wait to see you guys. It'll be great fun. Holler if there's any questions.